So it'll be just you and me speaking, because otherwise they won't get sound for them, so, or.
No, I have this.
Mic. Yes.
Oh, I see, yeah.
So.
Right, for the students, should they talk into the mic?
To the mic.
Okay, so we'll just
We'll
pass it around.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
great.
I'll start us off and then,
Huh?
sure, because you'll definitely have a question and answer that you can have at the end, so.
At the end, then we can get that.
If you want.
I don't bite.
No, I can move wherever you want me to.
But you're in good location today, because that's the important part. Okay.
Here, we will.
Okay.
So is the mic on? Should I just start?
It's on.
It's on? Okay. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the final day of the BMCC Journeys program. I'm very happy that you were able to be with us for the past 3 days. The BMCC Journeys program is a 3-day intensive program collaborated with Mahatma Palit and myself. My name is Juan Kang, and we're basically presenting a program that students can develop their skills in preparation for their careers, as well as learn a little bit about themselves. And we think that's a very critical part of that process, is how well do you know yourself and how can you articulate that to others. And so as part of that process, we did have videos taken of all of you, so you can share that with the rest of the world, really, especially with the BMCC students, to encourage and inspire them going forward as they meet their struggles, which we all will have at one point or another in our lives, and to be inspired to move beyond those. So today, as we wrap up, we have a very, very special treat with David Steingart, who is actually a BMCC alumnus, as well as a board member here and the CEO of Laughing Man Coffee and Tea. So without further ado, I'll have David tell us a little bit about himself.
Great, thank you. Well, it's really great to be here. When I got the agenda for the program and just saw what it was about, it's a great idea, because there's so many things that go into success, and it's so interesting that you say this is about finding out a little bit about yourselves as well, and really how to express that. And I'll get back to that, because it's something I think is really important as well. And kudos for being here, during the break, and so it shows a great initiative. I'll tell you a little bit about my story, and then just a couple of things that I think dovetail well with the program, and hopefully you'll find it useful, and then maybe there's anything to say after that. So I was a student here around '94. My idea at that point was that I wanted to get into business for myself and just start working. And I think that probably stemmed from not really liking authority much, and not really liking to take instruction, right? So I was a young kid, and that's what I thought, and let me go out and start my own thing as soon as I can. So I came to BMCC, and because of that, though, I always worked. So, and I think like many people at BMC, there's working as well as going to school. And I think that's hugely valuable, because anything you're really going to learn, even if it's academic or sort of the intangible skills, are going to come on the job. There's no better training than on-the-job training, because it puts theory to practice. And that's when you sort of formulate it in your own experience, what's true, what's not true, what it really means. So a piece of great advice I got growing up was, if you want to have your own business, you have to have worked 1,000 jobs. And I think what that means is you have to go through the process of working for people. You have to go through the process of knowing people, being in a lot of different situations. So in my time at BMCC, and then when I left and went to Baruch, everything from bike messenger to dispatcher to handing out flyers to artist apprentice to barista, anything I could do. It really wasn't about career at that point. It was just, yes, put myself in different situations, learn about different people, learn what it's like to work under authority, right? Put your ego aside and do the job. And so I always found that extremely valuable. I had an amazing time at BMCC. A memory that always sticks with me, which I tell people about, is my astronomy class. I'm not particularly science and math oriented, but I remember sitting in this class, and I met some amazing professors, and just talking about sort of the scale of the universe and the sun, and suddenly it was this, I felt small and big at the same time, right? And it just sort of gave me a sense that, in a way, anything was possible, right? And whatever your college experience is, wherever you go, I think if somehow that gets lit in you, right, and this goes back to sort of knowing who you are, I think it'll be okay, right? Because a lot of it, and I'll tell you some of my stories, a lot of it is just taking the step and moving forward and maybe not knowing exactly what to do, right? But you speak up, you say anything, you show up at the job, and you just see what's necessary. So I went to Baruch. I majored in advertising and marketing. I had an inclination, I wasn't math and science oriented. I had an inclination I could talk pretty well, and sales was sort of going to be, my angle. So marketing and advertising, it was a sort of general good basis. And I made a great friend there who afterwards we started a small marketing company that, at the time was sort of brand consulting. Truth is, I had no idea what that meant, but here, I finished college, I met a great friend, let's see if we can go. I had worked enough legitimate jobs where I felt like I could possibly pull this off, right? So we started this little company, and it was mildly successful, but nothing huge. She ended up moving back to Brazil, so I tried to go out on my own for a little bit, and then moved on. After that, I met a friend who was starting a company that supported laptop programs in public schools. So that was about the time where technology in public schools was becoming a big topic. And we were sort of part of a team. There were sort of front-end consultants that would go into public schools, and we were the support and tech side. So I went and became a Toshiba certified. We'll have to edit that. See?
Can we call public safety and see if this is?
Real or?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'll keep talking, so maybe I won't.
Maybe we'll continue downstairs, outside. That's what we have.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop this one.